Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Uh-oh. Girl, IG not working again, honey. Sorry for my IG girls. Sorry about it. Hello, 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 everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. For those of you that are just hopping on, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to see you. So happy that you're here. Let me just I am so excited to chat with you, to help you level up your love life. The girls on IG, let me know if you can hear me or if it's just like going back and forth because I'm getting poor connection. So let me know. Um, Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the compliment on my hoodie, Adventures with Crystal. I forget where I got this, girl. You know, I used to work in fashion. I used to be like labeled up, girl. You know, my ass is always at Marshalls and Ross and Winners. It's the equivalent here in Canada, girl. This is my bomb song now. So I got this Nike sweatshirt from I think Winners. Yeah. Okay, IG can hear me. Okay, good. All right, let me see what the girls are talking about. Hey, Mystique. Hey, Thick and Sweet. Hey, Howanette. She said, first time I got on your live. Girl, hopefully it's not the last. Hello, Art. Hey, Hilt. Hey, Turner. Hey, Dulcie. Hey, Jordan, girl. Hey, Eva. Said, hi. How do you get a guy to follow through on asking you for a date? You don't get guys to do anything, right? If he's not doing it by himself, he's out. Ladies, we're not here to manipulate. I just came from New Orleans. We don't need to voodoo these guys into asking you out. Here's the thing, your future guy, boyfriend, husband, if you choose to get married, you're never going to have to want him to do certain things because he's just going to do them. Because he's inspired, because he wants to. Yeah? Just FYI, for those of you that don't know, my name is Anwar White. I'm a dating coach for Black and Brown women, and I'm here to help you level up. So put your questions, your dating questions about love, dating, relationships, and men or women in the chat, and I'm going to answer them in the order that I see them. I'm glad that many of you are here early, and so that I get to answer your questions because at some point there's probably going to be like 1,000 people in here on TikTok, so it's going to be harder to get those questions answered. No shade. Hey Conscious Beautiful, hey MK, hey Sabrina, hey Celeste, Dulcie, thank you so much for the rose. Lexus, she said she had her first date last night. It was great. Amazing, girl. I'm so happy to hear that. Hey Mari, hey Michelle, hey Asto, hey Chloe Elise, hey Danielle Renee. Let me see what the gag is, honey. And just FYI, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I do, definitely click the link in my bio. I have a link for my podcast called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. It's amazing. If I do say so myself. I have a link for free trainings. I have a link for to book a consultation call if you want to work with me professionally. I think I have a link for my YouTube channel as well as something else. Anyway, check that out. And if there's anything that you want to learn more about, definitely sign up for those things. Yeah. So let me see what the tea is. What y'all doing over here? Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Let me see. Mara said, what can you learn from a bad dating experience? Well, it depends on what the experience was, right? I actually think that you can learn a lot in each and every experience. And for the women that are saying that dating is a waste of time, it's because you're not gleaning the insights that are necessary for you to level up. So, of course, it's going to be a waste of time if you're not learning anything. I want you to use every interaction that you have with a guy to learn something. Yeah, and that's what we do in my program, right? We're learning through each and every interaction so that we're leveling up every week so that we're ready for the best relationship of our life. Yeah. Persia Lynn said, how do you bring up religion? Girl, by just bringing it up. Now, there used to be some old school dating rules like don't talk about religion or politics. No shade, bitch. You're going to have to talk about it, and I want you to talk about it early. And the reason is, one, it's an election year. So it's going to be on like top of mind for a lot of different people. And two, the research is saying that men are actually becoming more conservative and women are becoming more liberal. And that is a value misalignment, right? So you're going to want to know about their religion. You're going to want to know about their political leanings, right? So you can figure out if you have the same values or not. Don't act cute and mute here. Bring it up. Don't be cute about it. Hey, so what would you say, like, did you grow up religious or spiritual? What did that look like for you? Right? Politics. So, where do you lean politically and why? Straight up. Don't try to be cute about it, girl. Don't do that. Ash, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Sarah said, Nigerian men, what do we think? Well, I did a whole video about it, but girl, survey says, survey says, don't do it. It is hers that you're Canadian. Well, I'm a dual citizen. I'm American and Canadian. I'm a Canadian American. Mari said, are you originally from Canada? No, I'm originally from Los Angeles. If you can't hear this Valley Girl voice and accent, girl, I don't know what to tell you. Jess said, what days do your podcasts air? Well, I have over 100 episodes that you can catch up and listen to. They're all amazing. And I put out a podcast every 2 weeks. Yeah. I do that because it's sustainable for me and because, yeah, it's too much to do it every week. I don't want to feel that pressure. Yeah. Odessa said, I see all your videos. It's my first time on your live. Welcome, girl. Sylvia, hey, girl. Healed and whole, good to see you. Bree said, hey, fairy godbrother. Hey, girl, hey. I finally have a gold, silver, and bronze medalist. LOL, not easy. Honey, your podium is full. We love that for you. Now we got to see who's going to win your Olympic race of love. Faye Faye said, I like black men, but I control things I like to make the first move. Is that wrong? I think, well, it depends on how you make the first move, right? If you walking up to them with a pimp walk and you talking about, hey, baby, right? And you making the first move in the way that men will, then I'm going to say, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. Yeah? That's not going to work. That's not going to work. And when you think about it, right? Let's pretend like dating is like the National Geographic Channel, right? And men are hunting you, because that's what they do. No shade. When you make the first move, it's the equivalent of you walking up to a lion and then this playing dead right in front of them. Do you know what the lion is going to do? He's going to walk away. He's going to walk away because there's no chase. He doesn't feel good about just eating. He needs the chase. And no shade, girl, most of these men, like, they're going to have to pursue you to fall in love with you. I just did a video about the 3 stages of men and how they fall in love with women. They have to be able to pursue you. Yeah. So something to think about. Now in my program, I'm letting my clients know exactly how to navigate that. So if you're interested in learning how to navigate this offline dating thing and meeting guys in real life, definitely book a consultation call. And thank you all so much for the almost 8,000 likes. If there's anything that I'm saying that is resonating with you, tap, double tap, triple tap the screen so that we can, rack these likes up, honey, at the end of the day. Yeah. Because I'm going to be on here for, I don't know, like an hour or two, and we're going to do the work. I'm going to answer questions. Yeah? Good. Eloquent said, hey, fairy godbrother. Hey, girl, hey. User 230, what do you think about a guy being rude on a dating app? I don't think about it. I just move on and block. I don't have time for rude got people, and you shouldn't either. Don't give him grace. Don't give him a chance, right? Here's the thing. When you're meeting a guy and dating, he is showing up as the best version of himself at the very beginning. So if the best version of himself is rude, it can only go downhill from there. It's like a roller coaster, right? Like you're literally getting to the top And like physics says that you have to go down from there. That's kind of how relationships are, no shade. So girl, he's out immediately. Yeah. Lane says, hi love. Hi girl. Unknown baddie said, how do you bring up religion? Okay, I answered that question already. Eloquent 13, thank you so much for the 4 roses, girl. Nosk said, also can confirm that some biracial men are dangerous. You are right. I know I'm right, and I got a lot of shit for that. The girls thought, and the boys thought, especially the light-skinned girls and boys thought, oh my god, you're colorist, you're racist, you're breaking down the community. Girl, I get that every week. But I say these things because historically that's how it's been. And I think it's important for women of color to understand and be truthful about the experiences that they're having, right? A lot of people are not talking about this, that oftentimes biracial men, light-skinned men, men with light eyes can be very dangerous because of their privileged upbringing. I always say that these men have the entitlement of a white man, but the trauma of a black man. Girl, that combination, dangerous, narcissistic. I always say put those guys in the same categories that you would put a policeman, fireman, military, pilot, surgeon. Danger, stranger danger, right? And the gag is, and I want to speak specifically to the darker skinned women, these biracial men will go for you because they will feel like they are elevated versus you. Yeah? And sometimes you'll be like, oh my god, like as a darker skinned woman, I can't believe I got this pretty light skinned guy. No, girl, because he wants to be put on a pedestal and he thinks that you will do it. Don't do it. I mean, do it at your own peril, girl, right? Just be very cautious, right? I mean, you see it with Simone Biles, girl. I think you saw it with Kiki. Dangerous. Dangerous. Wasn't that a Michael Jackson song? That's what I want you to think about when these light-skinned men are coming up. Okay, Aver said, a guy said he's interested in me over a text and then went cold for 2 days afterward. Well, girl, apparently he wasn't that interested. No shade, girl. B said, Anwar, I need your help. Girl, put a question in here like everybody else. Chris Stack said, Nigerian men were big mad. I know, girl, and you know what? They get to be big mad because I don't really care about them. And I know that what I said was correct because all the Nigerian women were like, yes, they co-signed, girl. Girl, with all the co-signs that I got, girl, I got into college. I got my loans from college. I got a loan for a new home. That's how many co-signs I got. Yeah. I've been doing this work for 14 years. I've seen it all. And the people were like, don't speak on Nigerians. You're not Nigerian. Girl, 23andMe said I'm 25% Nigerian. So now what? Dulcie said, Portia getting a divorce. I know, girl, because guess what? That man was scamming. He was getting jailed, and he was in deportation mode because of his scamming. Let me see. Lauren said, hey, girl. Skincare wellness. Fixer-uppers, why do I get with them? Here's what I know. I know that when you grow up and you have been parentified, like you've been a parent as a child, or you've had to take care of your parents, that your definition of love is to save. No shade, but you save a hose, right? You trying to be that savior. Because that's how you gain value and attention and validation without realizing that you don't have to do anything to be loved. So please understand that this is an inner child wound that you are going to have to heal. The other thing that I want to offer to you is that you're probably in your masculine energy. Thank you for these, girl. And so you're going to have to learn how to be in your feminine energy. These are all things that my clients learn in my program. So definitely, if you're ready and willing and you want to be accountable and you want to get your guy in 2024, book a call, get into one of these programs, honey. I got about 8 women that are about to get in an exclusive relationship in the next 3 weeks, girl. And I want you to be one of them, right? And be ready for the best relationship of your life. This past weekend, I was in New Orleans for a client's wedding, which was amazing. And it was beautiful to see that it's possible, how happy she was, and that, the work works, ultimately. Yeah, it's possible. I know that everyone's like, oh my God, it's impossible these days. It's harder, and it's going to continue to get harder and harder as the years go by. So this is why, like, you want to really lean into this now, because, and I don't want to be like a doomsday girl, but it is getting harder. Courtney says, is it a red flag for a guy to tell you his serious life experiences, trauma on the first date? I think that, one of the things that you're going to know about me, if you haven't already, I don't talk in terms of red flags. Because red flags are about what you are observing outwardly. And I want all the ladies on here to realize that it's about what you're feeling inside. If it doesn't feel good for you, then you just need to step away and you have to honor your feelings. Yeah. So that's that on that. Hey, Lisa. Deja, thank you so much for the compliment. Chris Deck said, second time, no notification. Yeah, girl, I feel like TikTok has still kind of shadow banned me a little bit. I don't know why, girl, because all I'm doing is just spreading the word of dating. Right? Just spilling tea, girl, so they can get mad at that if they want. Sometimes, I say things that can be considered controversial, but here's the thing. I'm not saying anything that people have not already thought and know to be true in fact. The thing about it, especially in communities of color, is that oftentimes we just won't say the thing out loud. So I try to say the thing out loud to validate what you're thinking so that you don't think that you're crazy. Because a lot of these guys, especially guys of color, they'll try to gaslight you, right? They'll say things like, Nigerian men are the best. No, they're not. Black men don't cheat. Yes, they do, and they actually have the highest rate of cheating, right? So, like, I'm not subscribing to the bullshit, and I don't want you to either. Christian Williams said, do you have the scoop on the Luxy dating app? Yeah, I thought that it was promising. That's why I waited a couple of weeks. It's not good. If you have seen some of my recent videos, you'll know that I am leaning away from the apps in the first half of 2024. There is no app that is great. So all of my clients are moving on, and we are literally talking about how to meet guys in real life, I just got off of a group call where I was helping my clients learn what their flirt style is and how to flirt and where to flirt, right? So that they know how to get their entire life. Yeah? Thank y'all so much for the almost 24,000 likes. I appreciate y'all so much. Rana Views says, can you tell us how to make a man who wants a long-term relationship pay me a monthly salary? No, I can't. I'm the wrong girl for that. You probably should go with Shira7 with that. My job is not to get ladies into transactional relationships. I'm more of a romantic and love relationship dating coach. Okay? Erica West said, is it on Apple Podcasts? Yes. It is called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast, so definitely check that out. Chandra said, what are your thoughts on dating men in government? Love that. Love stability. Love loyalty. Because those people that work for the government, they're going to work for the government forever, and they're going to get a cute little pension girl. They'll be set for life. Sophia Nadia said, hey girl to you. Celeste says, does living with a boyfriend work against me if I want to get married? Not necessarily, but I guess the question that I have for you is, have you had discussions about engagement and marriage? I just talked with a client not too long ago. They have been living together for almost 6 months now, and they've had numerous conversations about getting engaged, and they decided that they'll probably get engaged this summer. I think it's important to have those conversations so that you're not living in sin. No, just kidding. That you're not just like cohabitators. Yeah. Kyrie said, Coach, hey girl, good to see you on here. Girl, you're rocking out the program. So happy that you're in the program. Girl, there's already tremendous growth and progress for you. And I look forward to what, the transformations that you're going to have over the next 6 months. Rev said he made no moves on the first date, but we cuddled. Not heard from him 2 days for the first time in 2 weeks. Okay, let's focus on other people, right? These guys get to run their race when it comes to courting you. Dana Dane, thank you so much for the rose. Jazzy said, what do you think about French guys? I'm in Paris for a few days. They're fun. They're great. I think you should have a couple of rendezvous. They're sensitive and they're emotional. But if you're just there for a few days, girl, don't take it seriously, girl. Be on your vacay vibes and have fun and tell us a story later this week, girl. We want to hear it. DNA Woman Rising, should we kiss on the first date? Everyone needs to have their own levels of intimacy per date. You should know what you want on date 1, date 2, date 3, date 4, date 5, date 6, date 7, date 8. If you have not already established that, then that's the work that you're going to have to do on your own. I can't tell you should you kiss on the first date or not. First of all, you have agency over your own body. So for me, a man to tell you what you should or should not do with your body is redonkulous, right? Also, like, girl, when I was single, girl, I was kissing people and I wasn't even on dates. Like, I would just go to the club and kiss 6 guys. Like, so, but that was my tea because I'm a kissing hoe. You might not be a kissing hoe. Right? You might be real cute and mute with your kissing, girl, and that's fine, right? Everyone's gonna have their own level, and that's okay too. Ladybug said, girl, what's the real tea on South Asian men? The real tea is that they are below average when it comes to packing, and a lot of their families will not accept you, no shade. Except for the Filipinos, because the Filipinos are the blacks of the Asians. Yeah. Maya Haynes said, how do you suggest navigating cultural differences when dating outside of your race? Well, it depends. Like, what specific cultural differences are you referring to? Aaliyah said, can you please make a video about making the first move? Maybe. I'm really focusing all of that information for everything that's inside of my program because that's the difference between meeting great guys or not. Yeah, so that's something that I'm actually just focusing on my program. But, you know, I make no promises. Maybe in a month or 2 I might do that. MC Ball said, I have a question about how to start dating as someone who has never dated before. Okay. You got to just put yourself out there. Make a profile online and TT1G, talk to one guy every day. If you literally do that for 3 months, you're between online and offline, you will talk to about 100 guys. And within 100 guys, there will probably be 3 viable candidates. Yeah? And you might be able to find your guy, but it requires consistency and discipline. Bear emoji said, is a man with a body count of 20 a red flag? The gag is, I think that the average body count for adult women is 5, and for men, it's like 7 or 8. Here's what the research says. The research says that if a guy has a high body count, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of men don't want women with high body counts, it's not purity bullshit. It's because people with high body counts are less satisfied in their marriages or relationships, will cheat more. And so guys don't like that because they want to feel like they can control you. And guys know that if they are like an early number in your body count, they will have more influence over you, right? Just like, you know, like the guy that like took your V card, like probably has a big influence on like you sexually and how you think about relationships. And men know this. Yeah. So that's another reason why. User 438, why did the live video get taken down? It was hilarious. I don't know. I'll put it back up. TikTok's crazy. They said the mean girl concept. Why? What do you mean by that? Autumn said, I'm scared to go to the gym, but I have a feeling my future man is there. Why are you scared, girl? Girl, it's a 2-for-1. You get in great shape and you find your man. Girl, I'm all about deals these days, especially in this economy, and you should too, no shade. Nigel said, what if a guy asks you on a date and cancels the same day? He gave reasoning. As long as he canceled on the same day, that's great. Butterfly said, "Hi, Anwar. A month has been too long. I'll be reaching out for the GYR." So for my clients that get into relationships, I also have a private program called GYR, or Get Your Ring, that helps them go from relationship to engagement, move-in, marriage, right? That's why my client in New Orleans who got married, she was in the Get Your Ring program. Jack said, "Hi, Anwar. Just getting back from a date. It went well. I stopped admitting and things are good." I love that for you. Congrats. Sia Lola Marie said, "Where have you been?" Girl, here. I've been here. I've just been shadow banned a little bit from TikTok, but that happens. I'm not tripping about it. TikTok's not my be all end all, right? Right now I'm really hyper focused on my clients and making sure that they get their guys. Yeah. Audrey said, "How's dating in New York for Black women?" I would say, if I were a Black woman right now, I would want to be in New York first and foremost. It's big, lots of numbers, and it's so international, right? Snatch me up some French and Italian man, girl, be done with it. But that's me. So I think the top dating cities right now are the DMV area, not DC proper, but DMV, and then New York because of the numbers. I think the worst cities are Atlanta, Houston, LA, Miami, and Phoenix. Like, if I'm there, girl, strugglebus.com. Why? Gender ratio, Black gender ratio is not there. There's like 25% more Black women than Black men in those places. So it affects your dating life significantly. Yeah. Siona said, "I say yeah after things so much now, and I think of you." Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah? Didi said, "Yes, I've missed you so much." Well, honey, if you see my videos, please like, comment, share them so that I can get out of this damn shadow ban, girl. Sydney said, "My boyfriend keeps talking about his ex anytime we're having a conversation." Good, as you should. Let him know that it makes you feel uncomfortable, right? And see what he does. Ituna Maggie, thank you so much for the 2 roses. Sana said, "Anwar, I'm so tired of getting to meet people." Then take a break, girl. Take a break. I think people feel like if you have to force yourself to do something, you're not going to get great results. Don't force it, girl. Tata said, "Boyfriend says he's trying to get his life together, says buying groceries plus dinner is enough." Well, if it's not enough for you, then let him go, girl. Like, we're not playing struggle bus. This feels very much like college dating. And many of us are grown. Yeah? Ituna Maggie, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Tara said, "Spent the last 5 days in New York and the apps were apping. This Cali girl needs to move." Yeah, girl. New York is much better than Cali. Girl, LA, like I said, like Florida, Texas, Cali, Atlanta, in my program, those girls, it's going to take them a year to get their guy. Whereas the other ladies, it'll take them 6 to 9 months on average. Nisi, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Kay said, "Thoughts on the 90-day rule?" I don't like specific time, like a broad stroke in terms of time, because dynamics are different. I always think about it in terms of number of dates and time spent together. Because here's the thing, if I'm going out with you 3 times a week, does the 90-day rule really mean something? Versus if I'm going out with you 1 time a week? That's why I don't like to put like a broad brushstroke on it. Dr. Woman said, "Is it real, live, or old?" This is live, but there's like, 850 of you all and 1 of me, so I'm like probably 5 to 10 minutes behind. Marla said, "Freaking love you." Thank you, girl. BD said, "Yes, the light skins, they love dark skins." They do, girl. Sydney, thank you so much for the disco love. Adri said, what does it mean when my sneaky link likes to sleep over? Nothing. Nothing. It just means he's lazy and he doesn't want to leave in the middle of the night. Rev said Chicago is not good. It's not that it's not good, it's just different and it's very segregated. But what I know is that dating everyone in Chicago will be helpful instead of just dating black men. Girl, you gotta date, you know, in all areas. Clara said that my Bay Area is awful for black women. Yeah, honey, but you can't just date in Oakland and or in like San Francisco. Girl, you're gonna have to do South Bay. Girl, you might have to go down to Fremont. Honey, you might have to go all the way up to Solano, Antioch. Daniela said, are apps still worth it? Right now, I told my clients, take a week off of those apps, honey. Thoughts on Dallas? Dallas is not as bad as Houston, but close to it, girl. B Smile said, I'm in Miami and it's terrible. Miami's tough. It's tough because it's like the Latin LA. Girl, the girls are snatched there. So it's all about who you know. It's about body and face. It's very, very physically focused. So it's hard to meet guys that are deeply into like you as a person. They're very much into the look, similar to LA. And the other thing is, like, if you're a black woman in Miami or LA, they're looking for the Latina girls and the lighter skinned girls. Yeah. That's the T. I don't know. So it makes it harder. LVDRT said, I'm still stuck on the 5. I might be a hoe. No hoe here, girl. Get your life. Have fun. I'm just saying that's the average. Kendall said, what about Boston? Girl, Boston is one of the most racist cities in America. So all of my clients in Boston that have gotten their guy, it's always been with a non-black guy, either Indian or white. So please understand that. I think that the black men in Boston have on average, a negative, like a, net worth. V Darling said people in LA are obsessed with whiteness. And not just whiteness, girl, Hollywood whiteness, which is like a different kind, no shade. Aburi said, after second date, I asked for help to pay my rent and he vanished. Ladies, you don't have... a lot of ladies out here are expecting men to pay for things for them. He's not your boyfriend. That is out of bounds. Like, a guy does not have to pay an Uber to come and get you or to take you back home. And most guys will not do that. You get to want what you want, but I'm letting you know, if you want that from your boyfriend, makes sense, right? But even like in my program, it's not his responsibility to pay your rent. And I think it's like out of the question and outlandish. If somebody on a second date asked you to pay their rent, what would you say? Because that's how they're thinking about it. However you're feeling is exactly how they're feeling. H, thank you so much for the 5 roses. Michelle said, started dating this Nigerian guy. He doesn't ask questions about me. Is that normal? Or he's not the one? He's not the one. Stella said, do you have any clients that don't want kids? Yeah, tons of them. Oh my gosh, what is this, honey? Thank you so much for the blooming stuff. Dating has been a struggle. These men want kids. These men don't know what they want. I would just talk to everyone and see, like, what connection that they have. Because here's the thing. If he's your guy, he's going to want whatever you want. That's why, when people are, like, on the apps and it's like, oh, my God, I don't like pets or I don't want kids, girl. If you're with him for 6 months and he wants to marry you, girl, he's going to want whatever you want. Yeah. Taru said, I freaking love your podcast. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. K1 said, add Milwaukee to the struggle bus. Just like Boston, Milwaukee is like one of the most racist places in the U.S. So it's going to be very difficult to date because of that. Samira said, Lord knows I appreciate your lives after a long 16-hour workday. Girl, you're working too much. Girl, you need to delegate. Please delegate. Tara said, this Cali girl needs to move to New York ASAP. The Bay Area dating is trash. Sanat said, Anwar, are any of your clients military women? I do have some. I would say maybe 5% are military women. Yeah, there's work to be undone there. Yeah. And I say that with love and respect. Thank you for this butterfly, this swan honey. Chocolate QT said, guys from New York approach you if they're interested. That was my experience and one of my friends. 100%. Ellie said, can you speak more on dating for pretty women? Yeah, there is, usually there's this thing called pretty privilege. And I think that that is true for most areas of one's life. But when you're super pretty like me, it can work against you in dating. Because here's the thing. Guys that are, if you're, let's say, a 9 or a 10, the 9 or a 10s, guys will date women that are like notches below. Let's say a guy's a 9. He will date a 5 to a 10. And he will go for the girls that are, let's say, at a different level than you because they're easier to get and they'll put out easier. Right? And then you'll be freaking out because you're like, why is he going for her and not me? Because he gets to do whatever he wants with her. And he can't do whatever he wants with you. And then the other thing is that most of the guys that are not on your level will not approach you because they're intimidated by you and they know that you're expensive. And they probably don't have the income financially, intellectually, emotionally, or physically. Yeah? And the gag is that the guys that do approach you are actually not on your level. Like, those are the 2, the 3s, the 4s that don't have anything to lose will approach you. And you'll be like, why are these guys approaching me? Like, I'm so outside of their league, right? It's because they have nothing to lose. And they're going for the home run girl. So that's part of it. The other part is it's hard because oftentimes, too, women are jealous of you. So they will try to cock block you. Or they will, they'll be shady toward you. And having that energy around, like at a club, at a bar, it's tough because then now you feel like everybody's against you. I was on a podcast recently and a woman didn't like what I said. And then they had another podcast episode about my podcast episode because it went viral. And they were saying, oh my God, I think his clients aren't that attractive. Girl, half of my clients are drop dead model gorgeous because of what I just said. And it's harder to date as a pretty woman. Like a gorgeous, drop dead pretty woman. Because no one will really approach you and then you're thinking, am I desirable? Yeah, you are. It's just men know they don't have it. So they won't even try it for the most part. Yeah. Sally said, do you save your live? I'm starting to. My social media manager will probably put this on YouTube later this week. Chazzy Bree, what do you think about Middle Eastern men? Sometimes controlling, great providers, like very much traditional. Yeah. Dulcie, thank you so much for the rose. Sylvia, thank you so much for the rose. No said, I confessed to a guy I like him and he used to not look at me at all, but now he stares. Is it pity? Not pity, but if he's not making it happen, then he probably doesn't like you back. No shade. Purpose said, thanks for being the best big fairy god brother. Well, first of all, I'm not big. Honey, she's petite. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sarah said, what if he was pursuing me, then stopped after I made it to him being my type and just got out of a 5-year relationship? His loss. Keep it moving. Tarawa, thank you so much for the heart, me. You guys, if you are not like beating him off with a stick, he's not your guy. That's just it. Right? That's the threshold. That's what it looks like. Let me see what's going on here. Sia Lola Marie said, I heard it's too much competition in New York. No, there's so many people in New York. Don't think about it in terms of competition, right? No shade, that is like scarcity mindset, right? Please understand that there are millions on millions on millions of men there. That there's somebody for everybody, girl. Yeah? Ron said, most amount of men you think someone should date at a time. Probably 5. Jaleesa said, double tap the live. I know that's right, honey. Tap, double tap, triple tap. I want you tapping so much you get carpal tunnel. Or you get arthritis. Like my granny, my great-grandmother used to have. Love Joss said, what should Atlanta women do? Move or date long distance? All of the above? No, I think you should date locally and date long distance. Heavenly Sense said, it takes a year to get married. No, it takes a year to find their person to get into an exclusive relationship and committed relationship in my program. Jessica Janine said, Amor, what is the name of your podcast? It's called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. There's a link in my bio if you're interested. Skincare Wellness said, what about Latina women in Houston dating? Houston dating is challenging for everybody. Yeah? I think it's because the men overestimate themselves. People in Houston think that they're hot shit. The guys do. And most of them are mid guys from Atlanta who couldn't cut it. So they go into Houston and they think, oh my God, I'm everything. I'm a 10 in Houston, but I'm like a 7 in Atlanta, right? So that's the kind of mentality that many of them are having. H said, what about the fact that it's a sassy man apocalypse? I think that I don't call it a sassy man apocalypse because there's homophobic, if that's homophobic adjacent. I think what's happening is that a lot of men are in their feminine energy, and that's based on how they were raised, especially if they came from a single mother household, and there's a lot of narcissism happening based on neglect that a lot of men are being raised in. Kit Kat, thank you so much for the paper crane. Tall Chick Nini, hey girl. Bella said, I have a boyfriend who's too serious. He doesn't play. Is that normal? Well, nothing's normal in dating, right? So I think that this should inspire you to be playful. A lot of women think that, oh my God, these men have to entertain me. No, his job is not to be a TV show for you or a podcast for you. His job is just to love you, accept you, motivate you, and support you, right? I don't care if he isn't like the most charismatic or the funniest person. I care that he does what he says he's supposed to do, right? And he's the kind of guy that will take you to your doctor's appointments when you're 65 or 70 years old. Yeah. Chris said, is there a difference in male perception of Southern women versus Northern women versus West Coast women? I don't think that men think about it like that. Because most Southern men are just thinking about Southern women. And most Northern or Yankee women, like, are most Yankee guys are just focused on Yankee women or Northern women, right? So I don't really think that there's a difference in that. Maritza, thank you so much for the heart me, girl. Appreciate it. Thank you all so much for all these gifts. So thoughtful. And thank you so much for the almost 65,000 likes. Very generous of all of you. Appreciate it. Alejandra said, women make things too complicated in their brain when actually it's all very simple. No, it's not very simple. It's actually not simple because men and women think about things completely differently. Yeah? And this isn't about complications of the brain. I think women are actually much smarter when it comes to these things than men are. What happens though is that women have different emotions and they feel differently. The same thing can happen to a man or a woman, but a woman will feel things 10 times harder, right? Which affects the brain chemistry. So part of this work is learning how to manage your mindset so you can manage your feelings. Yeah. It's harder for women than it is for men. Men are not affected by some of these things. Krista, thank you so much for the ginger man. So, a lot of people will say, "Oh my God, this is so simple." It really isn't. If it was, then everybody would be rocking it out. Angelique said, "So Amway is black love like Viola Davis and Julius Tennant gone for us?" No, not at all. 2/3 of my clients get with black men. And I think a lot of people think that I'm anti-black man. No, I just want you to get with a healed and healthy black man. I don't think that it's gone. I think that it's just harder to find. Just based on the lived experience of black men. Doan Lee said, so he has to be obsessed? He should be if he wants to be your husband. Yeah? The D Pin said, I think she meant like a big brother, not a big brother. Kenny says, how do I admit to a friend I have feelings for him when he might end up dating one of my friends? You don't. You don't. Because if he wanted to, he would be going for you and not one of your friends. Let me see what y'all are talking about. KT exclamation point. Opinions on correctional officers. Same as police officers. Proceed with caution. I think police officers have the highest domestic violence rate in relationships. Lily said, how about Asian men? What about Asian men? Let's be specific here. Morgan said, I'm a very attractive girl, like a solid 9. Why can't I find a nice white guys in Atlanta? Because the South is separate but equal. Even in a place like Atlanta. In my last live, I was talking about how you got to be the Ruby Bridges of your love life, and you got to cross those color lines, girl. You hear me? You're going to have to talk to them. Because the white men are not going to talk to you. They're not going to approach you. So you're going to have to approach them if you want one. Yeah? That's what it looks like. Bella said, how soon after his divorce is he ready? Probably about 3 to 6 months. Genesis said, do you think your job affects the type of man you attract? Yes. If you're a doctor or a lawyer, there are going to be some men that are going to be intimidated by you, so they're not going to even try you. Or they're going to try to use you. So you have to have your boundaries solid. That's different than if I'm a teacher or I'm a waitress. You will attract different kinds of guys. Love Star said, isn't that love bombing? How is that different? I think that you're referring to me saying that this guy should be obsessed with you. When I say obsessed, I'm talking about like consistently pursuing you, not chasing you. There's a difference. Chasing is based on his pace. Pursuing you needs to be based on your pace and your boundaries being respected when it comes to the pace of the courtship. But he's there anytime you want him or need him. But you get to decide when that is. Lissa Liz, thank you so much for the heart, me girl. Janelle said, I'm always the girl before his next girlfriend. How do I stop this? I don't know, because I don't know what you're giving in these relationships, right? Or situationships. If you are in your masculine energy, he's going to find someone that isn't, so he can feel more like a man. So that's one potential reason. The other thing is maybe you are not being as vulnerable and sharing your feelings, so that he doesn't feel like he can share his feelings, so he doesn't feel emotionally safe or connected with you. That's another potential reason. But there's a variety of different reasons why that might be the case. If you want to learn what's going on there, you're going to have to come into my program so we can really dissect it. Aaliyah said, do I have to make the first move with the shy or nerdy guys? Sometimes. Sometimes. Your future professor, thank you so much for the rose. Dulcie said the kids on 600-pound life be married. 100%. Most of those people have someone. So all of the ladies that are curvy or plus size, please realize that weight is not something that is going to prevent you from finding your guy. Now, you will have to have your boundaries very solid, right? So that you're not getting users and abusers, but you will be able to get your guy. Gosh. Miriam said, do you have experience with Muslim men? Girl, I have experience with all men. Don't ask, don't tell. Ada said, what to do if a man's too close to his male best friend? Is that a red flag? How close are we talking? Is he preferring to hang out with his best friend over you? That's the question. If so, that's probably an issue. Monkey said, what if he's not a constant texter, but he's amazing in real life? Girl, that's a Sex and the City Carrie Mr. Big situation. I always say you have to prioritize the BDB, between date behavior, because when you're in a relationship, 90% of the time you won't be together. You have to think about this. You cannot prioritize the 10% that's amazing. You will leave very disappointed. You will have 10% amazing and 90% wanting more. And then you'll think something's wrong with you and then start to become insecure, and your confidence and your self-esteem will decrease because of it. I'm not saying he has to be a constant texter, but he needs to be reaching out to you every day with calls or texts if he is your person. I don't accept the excuse that I'm not a good texter. If a man puts his mind to it, he will do anything. If you are his woman, he will do anything to be with you, to talk to you, to connect with you, to engage with you. Okay? Sia Lola said, I'm really interested in your take on dating with locks. I'm having no success. Girl, the locks don't matter, girl. Girl, put those locks in a bun, girl, a messy bun, and live your life. If you think that the locks are the thing that is not like helping you date, then we have to focus on something else because it's not the locks. Please understand. Jay, thank you so much for the 3 roses, girl. User 542 said, what about firefighters? Girl, cautious. LA said, opinions on men in finance. They might not have a lot of time for you. They may not be super smart. And the thing is that they can be very charismatic. Yeah. So there are a lot of women that are married to guys in finance and they never see them, and they're literally living a life as if they were a rich single parent. Now, if that's something that you want, go ahead, girl. I couldn't do it, but that's because I'm an attention hoe. AC says, sometimes people ask the same thing. I'm like, do y'all not watch what Anwar says? I'm getting new followers every day, right? Thousands of followers every week, right? So I don't mind repeating myself. And sometimes we need to hear it a couple of times for it to really sink in. Yeah. TJ said he keeps disappearing, then randomly texting me. Why? Doesn't matter why. Stop trying to figure out the why. Ask yourself this, would my future husband do this? And if the answer is no, then leave. Christina said you give the best advice. Thank you. Louise said, one of my ex would compete with me. If I tell him my wants, he will try to get it first. Let him. Let him. Men want to do things for you. They want to please you because pleasing you pleases them. Let them. Elaine Golden Angel said, men who like to travel a lot, how do I know if he met someone while on vacation? You won't know. But after a while, if he is your boyfriend, then he will want to travel with you. And if he doesn't, then that is something that would be a cause for concern. Oh, I said pros and cons of high school sweethearts. I'm not going to go through all of the pros and cons, but I will say this. You are a different person at 16, at 21, at 25, at 32, and at 40. And it is going to be very difficult to find someone that will align with you at all of those different points. You're literally a different person. Yeah. I'm rooting for every couple out there, but a lot of high school sweethearts will not make it, unfortunately. Love is not guaranteed. It's not promised. Christina Lynn, thank you so much for the rose. Essie said, how about Hispanic men for black women? Is that a strong relationship? There are a lot of providing men that are Hispanic. The thing that you're going to have to be weary of or careful of is he cheating? Because a lot of cheating is, I don't want to say accepted, but understood in the community and culture. And so, look, huge generalizations that I will make on my lives and on my videos. So when I say these things, please understand that, like, when I say them, think of like the majority of a group. Yeah, so that's something that you're going to have to suss out, right? Is he being secretive about where he goes, right? Are there moments where he's not communicating with you for a long period of time? Those sorts of things. Twin said, thank you, Anwar. You're welcome. Mo said, should I forget being stood up? No. Sam said, what about being a female pilot? What about it? Michaela said, don't live together until you're married, LOL. Depends on the person. The thing is, you want to figure out if you can live with a guy or not. A lot of people will get married and then start living with him and understand that, oh my God, he does nothing around the house. And that now you've literally actually acquired a child that you have to clean up after and cook for. You want to know if you can live together or not. And also, research says that part of finding a successful male straight partner is his ability to contribute to the household duties and chores, which means that he will also probably contribute to the child rearing, which will alleviate some of the things on your plate. Yeah, so something to consider. Everyone's going to have a different opinion and thought around that. I'm always like, girl, you want to have a conversation about your timeline, but you want to see if you can live with him or not. Genesis said, can you talk more on your program, please? I have 2 programs, the Get Your Guy Club, which is a group coaching container where we have, group coaching calls twice a week. I have an online course. I have a free Facebook community with over 200 women in there. And we also kind of give you strategy around online and offline dating. Then I have a VIP program that is much more personalized with one-on-one coaching every week. Also, 24/7 access to me via text. So let me see. I have 12 messages from my VIP clients right now. So after this live, I'm going to reach out to them. And weekly homework for my VIP clients. It's very much a personalized experience. Yeah, so you get to reach out to me and text me anytime you have a question, a concern. Obviously, the VIP program has more accountability, but it is also more expensive. So if you're interested, definitely apply to book a consultation call. And if your application is accepted, you'll be able to book a consultation call. Yeah. Your mom says, you seem a little off today. Are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm feeling really relaxed. I had a very productive day. I had a very fun session with my clients. So I'm just feeling really relaxed and really chill. Yeah, but thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Cassandra said, how do we make the first move if he's wanting a chase? Let him chase. You don't do the first move if he wants to chase. Or if he's wanting to be chased, you don't make the first move. Establo, are you still in your feminine if you make the first move? No, you're not. You're not. Your favorite chemist said, I love your content. Thank you, girl. Angie said, do you help single moms? 100%. I would say 20-25% of my clients are single moms. Hot Tamale said, even with white men, weight is not a deal breaker. When I tell you, this is about confidence, ladies. I think the news just came out that, what's her name? Gabrielle Sidibe? Married, pregnant with twins, white man. Literally. Hold on. What is this girl doing? She got her guy. White man. Very possible. Leslie said, I'm a femme gay. Do you have advice? Girl, all of the advice that I'm giving is for everybody. Yeah? This advice is not gender or sexuality specific. This is about getting your guy. If you are focused on getting your guy, This is how you do it. Hey, Sheree, good to see you, girl. Vanessa Clark, thank you so much for the 2 roses, girl. Stacy said, do all men cheat? A good number of them do. You know, the research says anywhere from 15 to 30%. But, you know, the research on that I think is a little bit shady because people are self-reporting and might not be super honest. So I would actually double those numbers. I would say 30 to 50%. Coco said, should I lose weight before dating? No, girl, you shouldn't. Girl, what did they say? He's supposed to love you through thick and thin, girl. See if he loves you through thick. Cooking with Carly said, your advice is too real. Thank you. I think that's a compliment. Marla said, the guy video call and text me throughout the day. He lives 3 hours away, over 1 month, but no visit. If it's long distance and he hasn't come to see you within a month, he's not serious. I literally have a client and she met a guy like a week ago and he's coming this weekend. And he lives 3 hours away. He's pen paling you, girl. We don't need pen pals. You can pen pal a prisoner, girl. Let it go. He's not making it happen. You want a guy who's gonna make it happen. Goldie, thank you so much for the rose. Tia said mine didn't. Married at 21, divorced at 25. We even dated in middle school. I'm trying to tell you, we are different people every like 5 to 7 years. Yeah, and so that's why it makes it really hard to marry your high school sweetheart. Your mom said, should I stick to my type? Probably not. Your type generally is not your type. Here's what I know. Your type, you want to hook up with your type, but you don't want to get into a relationship or marry your type. Yeah. Fakisha said, I appreciate you so much. Your content is so insightful. Thank you, girl. Just FYI, if you want to do this work with me on a more personal level, definitely apply to book a consultation call with me so that, you know, we can help you get your guy this year. Yeah. Or check out the link in my bio. I have so many other offerings as well. Tanisha said, if you're dating for 7 months and he's still keeping me in the friend zone, if you are not in an exclusive or committed relationship within 3 months, he doesn't want to be with you. You're going to have to let him go. Define wine. You don't have to live with them to find that out, Anwar. If you say so. I mean, I think that you want to see what it looks like every day, right? A guy could easily clean up when you come over, but you want to see what it looks like Sunday through Friday, not just on a Saturday morning. Norminia, can we address the Charlemagne controversy? What is the controversy? Selena said, I love your sweater. Thank you so much, girl. Juliana, how do I book with you? Click the link in my bio and click, I think it's the first button or the second button that says book a consultation call. Harmony said, going to boba because spring is near. I know that's right, girl. Honey, when those cherry blossoms come out, girl, It means it's time to get your Asian man, honey. Yes, girl, Harmony, you are on it, and I live for you for that. I don't even know how to say this name, girl. Benjivan Libara, question mark. Sir Anwar, I'm going through it. Girl, what happened? What's the tea? AC said, girl, I didn't believe that. Anwar, are you okay? I really am. I'm really chilling, girl. Really chilling. Maybe my energy is low because I did a lot of traveling to New Orleans for the wedding that I went to for my former client, but I actually feel much better now than I felt, let's say, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, girl. I think I was going through some sort of seasonal winter depression, girl, because it gets really cold here in Montreal, and I was going through it. And I was sleeping a lot over the last 2 to 3 weeks, but I actually feel very rested and very relaxed right now. Tatiana, thank you so much for the heart me. Debola, honey, thank you so much for the donut. Ellie Bean, what's your average age range for clients? My clients are anywhere from 28 to 50 years old. LA said, is Anwar Leo? No, girl, I'm a Cancer. And I'm sensitive about my shit. And I'm moody, just like all Cancers are. Tola said, are you single? No, girl, I'm married with 3 children. Make sure that the people that you're listening to are also married. Yeah. This is very important that I think a lot of people don't talk about. The other thing that I will say, because, TikTok and other social media, you might naturally follow 20 different dating coaches. I think it's really important to just follow 2 or 3 that best align with you. And if I'm not it, I totally get that. But if you're following 20 people, you will actually end up more confused than have more clarity because they're going to be saying a lot of contradictory things. Yeah. Azira said, just subscribe to your YouTube channel. Thanks, girl. Moonshine, do you think the dating apps are a waste of time? No, never. I think there's a lot of training and practice that you can do on them. I just think that you shouldn't take them so seriously. For my clients, we have shifted to offline dating more, which has been so much fun and so exciting. The girls are getting their guys. I'm so excited. I think there's 8 to 10 women that are probably going to get into a relationship over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we're busy over here. Sunflower Child said, why don't men like us anymore? They don't like women because they don't like themselves. And maybe I should do a video about this. Life is hard and they are getting beat down quite a bit. And the thing about it is that because they're not able to satisfy women, engaging with women is like a constant reminder about how inadequate and what they don't have because life is harder. Comadre said, Anwar, I want a boyfriend, but my resting bitch face is a barrier. I was just telling this to my clients tonight. I was telling them, girl, you're going to have to do what my daughter told my son to do the morning of the school photo, which is put your upper teeth on your lower lip and let it rest there when you're out and about. I don't care if you get chapped lips, girl. That's what you're going to have to do. Yeah? Ellie Bean, thank you so much for the disco love. Esteline, fairy god bro, I don't want to go outside. Where do I find a man? You're not going to find a man. You're going to need to go outside. It is not March 2020. Live life, honey. Go outside. And I say it with love and respect. Kyla said, Anwar, what if everything is perfect? He's just short. Great. Snatch him up, honey. He's not going to be short when you're in bed with him. That's all I know. And those short guys, short kings pack. Let him. Girl, the gag is, I don't care about his height. And I don't think you should either, because I just want to make sure that he can pick you up. That's like part of the protection. I think sometimes we think of short men that they won't be able to protect us. A lot of these short guys, they know how to fight. They know how to protect. Yeah. Now, if he's short and he's like this girl, then I might not feel as protected. But here's the gag. We live in a world that is the safest that it's ever been. Even though it doesn't feel that way because the news tells you other things, you actually don't need as much protection as you think that you need. And here's the thing. Y'all are doing things yourself. You protecting yourself now. And you're safe. So this short guy will just be additive to that. You're not going to care whether he's short or not when you're 60 years old. You care now because you care. You think people are looking at you like you're in high school. Oh my God, you with a short guy. Half the time you see some of these proposals and these weddings, the guy's shorter than the woman. But you never notice it because you're focused on the beautiful scene and the love that they have. And that's what everybody else is looking at too. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you. It's not high school anymore. Yeah, so I just want to offer that. Sunny.de, do you have kids? I do. Many of them. Jasmine Flores, have any of your clients divorced? Not yet. Not that I know of. We've had breakups though, right? Love is not guaranteed, right? So here's what I know. I don't know, maybe a third to half of my clients might break up with the guy that they get with, but they have the skills to get another guy. And usually, you know, within 2 to 3 relationships, they found their person. Olivia said, do you live in Canada? I do. How long have I lived in Montreal? 7, 8 years. Time goes by so fast. Brittany said, how was the wedding in New Orleans? The wedding was beautiful. The reception was fun. Girl, I was on that dance floor, which was amazing. Haven't danced in a while. New Orleans was so welcoming and so nice, and so many amazing women coming up to me and just thanking me for the work that I do, which is so fun and just like really illuminating. Because, you know, I'm just like doing these videos, not thinking that I'm having an impact, but when people are like stopping me in the airport and in the street and while I'm shopping and just saying, oh my God, you helped me get out of the worst relationship I've ever had, or, you know, you're making an impact, you've changed my life, it really does mean something to me and it really does matter. And so it was just like a very good experience to have, you know, especially as like I get bigger. What happens is like, you know, you get more positive reinforcement, but you also get a lot of negative voices. And so sometimes like we have negativity bias. And so with all of the like negativity I was getting like earlier this year, it was kind of a lot, right? Back to back to back. My best friend was saying, girl, you're riding too close to the sun for all the shit that you're talking. And I was like, well, girl, I'm just trying to tell tea. So it's like these moments that remind me, oh my God, like my work is impactful and like to keep on doing what I'm doing because it's really about the Black and brown women out there. Yeah. Dee said, I am not moody. Well, girl, that statement was moody, girl, no shade. Your mom said, would you consider a 23-year-old client? Probably not. Probably not. Because the men are not serious at that age. Clients come to me because they want to get married. And so most clients, like uneducated men will be ready to get married around the age of 26. Educated men are generally ready to get married around age 32, 33. Chanel said, Amor, why do I seem to attract/get with men who end up having short tempers or anger problems? You're probably not setting enough boundaries during the courtship phase, so you're not able to see this until it's too late. You need to be setting boundaries every step of the way. I would prefer to schedule calls. I would prefer to go here versus there. You want to see how he reacts to your boundaries. You'll get a sense of his short temper and his anger problems really quickly after that. Yeah? Good morning, Winnie. Genesis says, do you have clients that have never dated before? Tons of them. Tons of them. We go slow and gradual at the very beginning. But yes, girl. That's it. Island Gal said, why do Cancer men go silent when they're stressed out? Most men will go silent when they're stressed out, especially if it pertains to their work or their career. They'll step away. And a lot of women think, oh my God, it's something about, so I did something wrong. No, it's just like they have to they're feeling like they're in survival mode. Yeah. Muguet, thank you so much for the rose. Helima said, have you heard of Tony Gaskins? I have. He's a little bit more Christian and traditional for me. Sometimes it comes off a little bit judgmental, but he's solid in what he does, and I think that his heart and his intention is there. And he really wants Black love to survive, which is great for him and the people that love him. Angie said, Coach Amor, love your advice. When to reciprocate a little, paying, or planning dates. So in my program, I have a whole dating process and what to do every single date until exclusivity and courtship. Now you can get that if you purchase my dating strategy course or if you come into one of my coaching programs. Period said, what is your opinion on military men? I don't recommend them. I think that they are, bless them for serving their country, but they probably won't serve you ultimately. Girl, the PTSD and the God complex is too much. And no shade, but many of them are getting it in while they're deployed. Yeah? The military is almost like a prison. Yeah? And when you think about it, a lot of men go into the military because they don't have any other options. The other thing, too, is that these are men that are often told what to do, so they don't have to use their brain or they don't have to think. So something to think about when you're navigating and dealing with military men. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my YouTube. I'm seeing a lot of subscribing, so I appreciate that. Triple Star said, what if you're scared to date but want to get married one day? Girl, you can't eat food unless you go grocery shopping. You're gonna have to do it. Yeah? Chris Understood said, you're still here, yay, I hate when I miss lives. Girl, for some reason they're not notifying my girls. I don't know why that is. I think I'm still shadow banned, but that's okay. Define Wine said short guys be hung. They do, girl. You know what God said? God said, not let there be height. Let there be width and length. Girl, it's math, girl. It's math. Chris Understood, thank you so much for the ginger man and the cloud bread. Someone asked, what about bad teeth? Here's the thing. A lot of guys that grow up in poverty might not have great teeth. you want to figure out how he deals with his health overall. So you want to ask him about annual goals and health goals and things like that, and talk about your health goals and see if that's something that inspires him or not. Yeah. Thank you so much for the almost 108,000 likes. I so appreciate all of you and all of the support and all of the love. I really do. Do I watch Love Is Blind? I've been. My partner and I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of this season, so I'm not finished. Clara said, "Tu parles français?" Mais bien sûr. Brianna said, "Anwar, you were supposed to tell me when you got to NOLA." Girl, I did a video saying I was in NOLA. Brianna said, "How long was she your client?" So she was in my Get Your Guy program for 6 months. She got her guy around month 3, month 4. And then she got into my Get Your Ring program for about 8 months. Yeah, so that's probably like a year, 14 months, 12 to 14 months. Triple Heart, would you consider a 25-year-old client? Yes, depending on where she's at. I actually had a 26-year-old client. She's now in a relationship in New York. They're probably going to get engaged this year. So she's going to be like 28 by the time she gets engaged. Lex said, "Have you managed clients waiting till marriage?" I have. It like will reduce, some guys won't want that, and that's totally fine. So let's say like out of 100 guys, generally 20 will be ready for a relationship. Out of those 20 guys that are ready for a relationship, probably half of them will be willing to wait. Define Wine said, "My clients are 80% military men. Stay away from them." Okay, let me scroll up here, see what you're talking about. And just FYI, if any of you all want to learn what I do or work with me professionally, definitely click the link in my bio. I have a link for my podcast. I have a link to book a call with me if you want to work with me. I have a link for all of my programs and courses, testimonials, so much. Julia said, "Anwar, girl, you look gorgeous." Thank you, girl. Appreciate you. Define Wine said, "I'm a barber. My clients aren't ready until 35 years old." So the average age for Black men to marry is like 35, whereas other men it's 30. Yeah, so when you tell me that they aren't ready to marry, they aren't ready until 35 plus, I believe you. P said, "Will you take a client who is 56? 100%. I have a client that's 69 years old, and she getting it in. Honey, she getting all these old men, honey. She's sitting in the stands of the pickleball courts, girl, getting her men, honey. Come through." Daniele said, "I'm a vet and all the men were married with battle booze." Brianna, thank you so much for the 6 roses, girl. Appreciate you. Didi805, thank you so much for the 10 team bracelets. Wow. Tatiana, thank you so much for the 5 roses. Brianna, thank you so much for the perfume, girl. Jody said, do you know anything about Canadian cities and dating? I know quite a bit about most cities and dating after you've done this for a while. Alex said, I don't know any short guy I had was slacking down there. Girl, you must not be picking the right short guys, girl. Clam Chowda said, you helped me realize that short men have always been my lane. Yes! Shalon, thank you so much for the rose, girl. And the heart me. Miss Blue to you said, you definitely know your stuff and I take notes and apply it. I follow you on TikTok and IG. Thanks. You're so welcome. I try to give as much as I can. I want my free stuff to be better than everyone's paid stuff. That's why I give you so much information, so that you can apply everything that I'm telling you and get your guy. Now, coming into the program is really about doing some of that deeper healing that will help you thrive in your future relationship. That's really the added value of getting into one of my programs, right? Because here's the thing. I'm giving you the stuff to date, right? But like there are deeper things that may happen that might be triggering for you when you're in a relationship, and part of the work is making sure that you're able to manage your mind, heal your triggers so that those triggers don't create disconnection in your relationship, and that you don't try to self-sabotage because you feel like you're not worthy of the relationship, because that often happens. What time is it, honey? I gotta get my beauty sleep, girl. She doesn't stay this beautiful for nothing. You hear me? Okay, midnight. A few more minutes and I gotta go. Miss Blue, to you said this is my first live. Yikes. Welcome, girl. Welcome. Vanessa said, Anwar, we said we'd be friends because I'm going to my hometown for a month, but he's not calling or texting. Okay, so ladies, stop trying to be friends with these men. You probably have enough friends. Yeah? Hannah said, thoughts on guys 3 years younger than you. Snap. Snap them up, girl. Snap them up. Most of my clients are getting with guys that are younger than them, 3 to 6 years younger, and it's working. Y'all are gagged on the pickleball courts. You gotta go where your people are. Yeah? You gotta fish where the fish are, girl. Jalon, thank you so much for the rose again. Tiffy, thank you so much for the rose. Appreciate all of you. Alana said, can you talk about dating in Pittsburgh? No. You better be dating in Shadyside, in Oakland. Renee said, love your podcast. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Alex said, I have better luck with tall and skinny. Girl, danger. They're packing two, girl. And if he's a gamer, triple homicide. You probably have to take off work the next day. No shade. I'm just telling T, girl. I don't know what else to tell you. She said, how do I get him to chase me instead of me chasing him? Don't do anything. Don't do one thing. So then he will have to chase you. And if he doesn't chase you, then nothing will happen. Lissa Liz, thank you so much for the donut and the team bracelet. Appreciate you. It's so said. Those tall, lanky gamers, he punching them walls, 100%. Tati said, are gamers bad? In the best possible way. Tiffy said, the gamer comment got me cackling. V said, gamers are hit or miss. Girl, if you miss it with a gamer, girl, you're not picking them right, girl. You gotta pick some of those Dungeons and Dragons, girl, some of those Roblox, girl. You probably picking some of those PS5s. Don't do that, girl. That's not the gamer you want to play with. You need like the computer gamer, not the like video game gamer. You hear me? Tiffy said gamers is freaky. I know, girl. Isn't it fun? I'm really putting you up on game, girl. Don't. If he got a PS5, girl, he not gonna hit the walls, girl. But if he is playing games on his computer, girl, if his mouse is worn out, girl, he gonna wear you out. Literally. You hear me? Girl. That's the tea on that. If I'm lying, I'm dying. If I'm lying, I'm dying, girl. That's the tea. That's right, honey. Desktop gamer. Because the PS5s, all that, girl, those gamers are players. They're not gamers. There's a difference. Girl, if he's doing NBA 2K24, Madden, girl, those are not the gamers you want to be with. Do you hear me? Jordan said late night with Anwar has begun. Girl, it hit 12 o'clock, girl, and you know what? Cinderella turned into Cinderfella. Hello. It really could be a study topic, Olivia said. Nazira said, you want the ones that play D&D, because they got that D and that D, girl. You hear me? Get it. Wiz said, I like Anwar Uncut, girl. Inappropriate. Inappropriate. Des said, what's D&D? Girl, if you don't know now, you will never, ever, ever know it. Alex said, you right. PS5 ninjas are bums. And are. Girl, if you have perfected how to play a video game, girl, you need a job. Not even a job. You need a career. You probably don't have a career. Mm-hmm. Don't. Girl, PS5 are not 10s. You hear me? If he has his own set of dice, girl, he a gamer, girl. Yeah? That's all I gotta say. Alexa, and where you are top tier. Okay, fairy godbrother, you on a roll. I'm just trying to tell T. Tiffy said, OMG, I work in gaming, let me tap in. You better get tapped. Yes, honey. Comic-Con, here we come. Girl, I talked about the nerds and where to get them, girl. Why did Comic-Con repost me, girl? Girl, I'm putting these gamers on blast, girl, in the best possible way. Right, Aoife. PS5, he ain't no diva. He ain't no Devo. Girl, a mess. Girl, what if I'm the new brand ambassador for Comic-Con, girl? Can you imagine? Ellie said, I deserve a check. And do. I don't want a check. I just want 50 gamers so I can give y'all a gamer. I want to pass them out to each and every one of you so you can experience the games. Yes? You know, what he's using, how he's using those digits, girl. How he's using all of them. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. You get a gamer. You get a gamer. Everybody gets a gamer. That's right, honey. Very skilled with the hands, Taylor Banks. Very skilled. Not even with the hands, girl, with the fingers. Yes. Tara said one gamer for her. Okay. Let me make a note, girl. One gamer for you. Who else wants the gamers, girl? Who else wants one? Diamond said, Anwar, now you know these weird white gamers are not it. Girl, gamers are not, it's not that they're not it, girl. You just have to find the right ones. Yeah? I mean, there's weird everybody, right? Girl, I'm weird. Right? Girl, it's fine. Okay, Stella wants a gamer. D said, I just want a man with a large one. Well, girl, with the name D, we got that already, right? She said, I'm sick of running into pocket pals. Oop, not that. Let me see what's... Brianna said the black gamers are going to be at DreamCon. Girl, it'll either be a dream or a nightmare. Alex said, let me look up my city's next Comic-Con. You better do it. You better do it. LA said, I like too much attention, not sure about the gamers. Girl, they're going to give you a lot of attention, girl. But they're also going to leave you the hell alone. The thing about the gamers is that, girl, they will pause their game, message you, and then get back to it. And girl, for some of them, girl, they can play the game and message you at the same time, girl. It's called technology. Get into it. It's 2024. Yes. Itself said, thoughts on men that are into anime. Girl, they're the kinkiest, girl. I told you the Japanese, girl. They're the kinkiest out of the bunch, girl. Anyone part of the Axis of Evil, girl, kinky. And so they incorporate kink into the anime, girl. So they're just getting, the guys that are into anime are just getting inundated with just kink, kink, kink. So if that's your tea, girl, get with a guy with anime. Aaliyah said, heavy on girl, I'm weird. Girl, we're all weird. Like, own it. Nazira said, I'll take one with no mommy issues. A lot of these guys don't have mommy issues because they didn't really engage with their mom that much because they were just gaming, girl. And a lot of them were just studying. Adore Diary said, have you dressing up like Sailor Moon? And loving it. Some of y'all need to dress up anyway. Some of the girls are not dressing up for Halloween, and it makes me sad. So girl, you better dress up for your man. Clam Chowder said, he's not lying, y'all. I'm not. I'm really... Girl. Lord have mercy. I think y'all think that I just say this shit just for the gag. I'm really trying to put y'all on. Like... That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Good. All right, my loves. I'm gonna go to bed because she needs her sleep, and y'all need to sleep too. Yeah. So let's say, Anwar, you got me cackling over here. Good. We get to have fun. I love talking about boys. That's what makes dating so much fun. Yeah. Thank you so much for the 124,000 likes and staying on and kikiing with me and talking about boys and dating and love and relationships. If you want to work with me or learn more about what I do, definitely book a consultation call or check the link in my bio. If not, keep on coming to these lives and listen to my podcast. Yeah. The free stuff will get you to where you need to go. Yeah. All right. Be well. Much love to all of you and talk to you soon. Bye bye.